Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're staying safe and staying indoors. Today I'm going to be showing you a very traditional and very easy recipe. It's called halva. So if you want my recipe, please stay tuned. I feel like a lot of people are scared about making halva, and it's not hard. There's just a couple key steps that you have to remember when you're making it. So one of the key steps is making sure that your oil and butter are in the pan together and it's not on a high heat. So I have this on at medium low, and what I want is I want my butter to completely dissolve into my oil. That's the very first step and probably one of the most important steps. And the reason why is because if we have it at a high temperature, then when we add our flour, it's going to separate. The butter will separate from the oil and we'll get a nice greasy, and not nice actually, a really horrible halva. We don't want that. Once that's melted, I'm going to add in my flour, and I'm going to use the back of my spoon to make sure that there's no lumps in my halva. Now, in the culinary world, we're making a roux. This is all that it is. It's a roux with some simple syrup in it. And there's a couple stages of roux in the culinary world. So right now, we are at the blonde phase, and then we're hoping to get all the way to the dark brown. So throughout this video, pretty much all it is just me mixing up the roux, the halva. And what we're looking for is we're just going to keep stirring this on medium-low heat. We don't want this to burn. We just want to gradually build color. So I'm just mixing. I'm using the back of my spoon to make sure that there's no lumps in my halva. And we're just going to mix this until we get to a nice, beautiful, dark golden brown color. We don't want to go too dark. We don't want it to be bitter. But you guys will see, hopefully in my video, the color that you're looking for. And I will tell you what we're going to be doing next. Okay, so we are at the brown stage of the roux, and you guys can notice in the video here, it's chunky, right? Now we hit that dark brown stage, and you guys can see how creamy that is. It looks like peanut butter, like very soft and creamy peanut butter. That's when you know you're ready to go and you're ready to add the sugar. Now I'm working with my mother-in-law, but you can do this by yourself. It's no biggie. I'm adding some sugar, and then I'm gonna add some cold water. That is one of the most important steps in making halva, is making sure that you first add cold water. Whenever you make a roux, you need to add cold water before you add hot water if you're making a soup or anything, because that's going to make sure that you won't get lumps in your mix. And all I'm doing is I'm going to add that, and then I'm going to add my hot water, and I'm just going to mix until my arm literally falls off, but it's so worth it in the end. So I generally use the same amount of hot water when I make halva, but sometimes for some reason, I don't know why, I might need a little extra. And how you'll know you'll need extra is if you look on the sides or if you look into your dough, it doesn't look unified. It doesn't look like one big glunk of fudge. It looks like it's dry. You might need to add some water. So make sure that you have the water that you've already measured out beforehand, and then some just in case on the side in case you need it. So once you've mixed that all together and everything's unified and beautiful, it's now time to assemble your halva. You have to do this while it's very hot. And the key is to take the halva. I had 2 spoons, but you don't really need 2 spoons. And you're gonna glide that on the side of your pan. That's gonna give you a nice and even top. See how I'm gliding it with my spoon? I'm gliding them together so I get that nice and beautiful top. And here is the final product, you guys. Nice, creamy, delicious. It literally melts in your mouth. It's so good. This is my mother-in-law's recipe and I absolutely love it. It is so nice. It's so rich. It's perfect. It's not too sweet, and it's also not, not flavored enough. It's nice and soft. I hope you guys try this recipe, and if you do, let me know. Tag me on Instagram, and I will see you guys next time.